And the Python is open source. Python is dynamic typed programming. Python is general purpose. So why I told general purpose programming language? So what is the reason why I'm telling like Python is general purpose? Why? Because of Python is used for develop web applications. So, sir, what is web application? You may ask a question. What is web application? An application which is running through a browser is called web application, like www.facebook.com, amazon.in, youtube.com, etc., etc. Suppose I want to build one more web application like www.xyz.com. So then Python is basically useful. And Python is used for develop desktop applications. Yeah, so some kind of MS Office, WordPad, Notepad, Zoom, WhatsApp. So an application which is installing in operating system. Desktop applications are installing in your OS. OS means here operating system. Operating system. So some applications which are installing in your operating system, that is called desktop application. Some application running through browser is called web application. And Python is vastly used to develop mobile apps also, like Facebook, Instagram, XYZ app. An app which is going to be available in the Play Store, an app which is going to be available in the App Store. Those kind of applications also we can develop using by the Python. And one more is Python is used for develop data science applications. Okay, so nowadays the buzzword is data science and artificial intelligence. So even for the data science algorithm, whenever you want to write some kind of machine learning, deep learning algorithms, Python is mostly popular programming language. And one more concept, Python is used for develop artificial intelligence applications, AI applications. Okay, so neural networks, NLP projects, computer vision, all these things Python is basically using for. And one more is Python is used for develop blockchain applications. See, nowadays you are remembering, so you listened some words like a Bitcoin and some kind of Ethereum, Ethers and all, cryptocurrency. So whenever you want to develop kind of application, kind of Bitcoins, cryptocurrency, blockchain kind of applications, Python is basically used. Python is used for develop gaming applications. Yes, you can able to develop different kind of gaming applications also using by Python. Python is used for develop cloud applications. Okay, so some kind of AWS, Azure, and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So for DevOps, even Python is used for DevOps. Okay, development operations. Python is used for develop AutoCAD 2D, 3D, some kind of designing kind of applications. Okay, yeah. So these are the most trending technical skills people are going to be utilizing in the IT industry by using the Python. Okay, so now yesterday I told one more important topic: top trending programming languages in 2024. There are multiple programming languages like JavaScript, Python, Go, Java, Kotlin, PHP, C Sharp, Swift, R, Ruby, C++, MATLAB, TypeScript, Scala, SQL, HTML, CSS. See, when you have all these things, the one and two is only JavaScript and Python. So I told you already. So I'm going to be dealing these classes like 30 days Python, 30 days JavaScript. No issues with that. Okay. Later I will go with 30 days Java also. So later I will talk about it. Right now, so I'm going to be dealing like JavaScript and Python 30 hours. Okay, let's go. Preparing a resume prerequisites, basically nowadays prerequisites for preparing resume, JavaScript, Python, and one more thing is Java. Java is also most popular. Yeah, Java is also important for the resumes. Whenever people want to prepare a basic resume or fresher resume, definitely they need a JavaScript or Python or Java, any one of the programming language. Let's come to the point. So, web developer, data scientist, the people want to get the jobs like a web developer. People want to become a data scientist. People want to become a cloud engineer. People want to become a mobile app developer. People want to become an AI engineer. Okay, so these kind of these kind of job roles basically when people want to go with the job roles like this kind of web developer, I want to become a web developer, sir. I want to become a mobile developer, sir. I want to become a cloud engineer, sir. I want to become a data scientist, sir. I want to become a blockchain engineer, sir. Okay. So these kind of profiles, if you want to prepare these kind of profiles, at least you need to have some basic prerequisite like Python. At least you need to have the basic prerequisite is Python. So even for the web developer, you want to become web developer in future. So first of all, your resume should have Python program. If you want to become a data scientist, your resume should have Python program. Okay, you want to become a cloud engineer, your resume should have Python. Your resume should have mobile developer. At least you need to have Python program. Okay, so Python is mandatory if you want to become a any kind of engineer, any kind of developer. Python is most important topic you have to add on for your resume. This is the first topic, first prerequisite you have to add for your resume. That is the one important thing I already told you. Okay, coming to the next topic. So let me give you, this is some kind of day one. Okay, let me give you like this is day one topics. Okay, now I'm just giving like a day two. Now I'm going to be giving like a day two. So from day two, this is the day two. Okay, for day two, I'm going to be giving like installation of Python. Okay, so now, okay, sir, we are eagerly waiting to learn Python. We want to learn Python, sir. What I want to do with your computer, with my computer, what you want to do is okay. So learning, if you want to learn Python, learning wish is first thing. Okay, wish is the first thing. So wish is not actually fulfill the things. When you have the wish, you have to fulfill it. How to fulfill it? You have to install Python in your operating system. Install Python, install Python software, install Python software in your operating system, in your OS. OS means operating system. Okay, so sorry. Install Python software in your operating system. So some people are using Windows machines. Mostly 90% people or 70% people are using Windows machines. And some people are using Mac OS. Some people are using Linux OS. Okay. For example, my machine is Mac OS. Okay, so you may have Windows machines in your homes and all. Okay, no problem. Okay, so my machine is Mac. Okay, everywhere Python is common. If you want to go for the Windows, yeah, you have to install Python software in the Windows. I already told you Python is. Before that, I want to write one more important point. Python is platform independent. Okay, independent. So you may ask a question, sir. What is this independent means? So I will ask two questions for everyone. So what is the meaning of independent? What is the meaning of independent versus between the independent and dependent? Independent versus dependent. Dependent. Okay. So versus independent versus dependent. This is the most important interview question also. Some awareness about the independent and dependent. What is the meaning of independent? Independent means, for example, the guy who is independent, the guy who is dependent. Any answer? What is independent? What is dependent in the real case? In the real life, I'm talking about a real life. In real life, who is the independent person? Who is the dependent person? I'm just asking a question, general question. Who is the independent person? Who is the dependent person? Who is independent person, sir? Who don't have family or relations or love or hmm, wife. He is independent. Yes or no? Who don't have family or relations or love or wife. He is independent. And who have family, who have family or love or wife, he is dependent. I'm just asking a simple general question in your real world. What is the meaning of independent? What is the meaning of dependent? This is the general question. Independent means something like, okay, so now I'm telling one thing. Independent person can take own decisions or not. Can take one decision and flexible. I'm just writing a simple thing here. Independent person can take own decision and flexible. Then tell me about the dependent. Dependent person should take permission. Okay, should take permission from some other. So these two lines are correct or not? Sir, at least you have to give some reply in the chat. What is the meaning of independent? What is the meaning of dependent in the real world? Independent person can take own decision or flexible. So this is the one flexible. Dependent means should take some permission or dependent with some other person. That is actually called dependent. Okay, coming to the Python. Here Python is independent. I am telling Python is platform independent. When I say Python is platform independent, now Python is actually installing in Windows OS. Python is installing in Mac OS. Python is installing in Linux OS. Why? Because of Python is independent. Python can be installed with any operating system. Whatever the operating system, I don't care about it. I can able to work with all operating system. That is the why reason Python is independent. If Python is dependent, Python only work with the Windows. Suppose, for example, there is a software like Power BI. There is a software like Power BI which was developed by Microsoft. Which was developed by Microsoft. There is a software called Power BI which was developed by Microsoft. But Power BI can install only with Windows OS. Why? Because Windows OS developed by Microsoft. Windows OS developed by Microsoft. So, and this is the one important point I want to tell something like a dependent. So, who is dependent here? Who is dependent here? Power BI software is dependent one. And one more software I'm telling. Suppose something like Xcode. Xcode is a software which was using for developing the iOS applications. That was created by the Apple. Xcode software actually designed by the Apple. That can be installed only in Mac operating system, only in Mac OS. So you may tell, sir, I have the Windows machine, sir. Can I install Xcode, sir? No, not possible. I can't able to install Xcode software in my Mac. Sorry, I can't able to install Xcode software in my Windows machine. So whenever you want to install Xcode software, definitely you have to go for the Mac operating system. Why? Because Mac OS developed by Apple. Mac OS developed by Apple. So these two softwares are dependent softwares. But one software is independent software here. Python software is independent software, sir. Python software is independent software. That is the why reason you can able to install this Python in Windows OS, in Mac OS, in Linux OS also. Remember this point. So this independent versus dependent is very, very important. So I already told you something about the independent and dependent. I think you got understand about the independent and dependent. Now Python is independent, but other dependent softwares also I'm writing here. Power BI is the dependent software that can install only with the Windows OS. Why? Because Windows OS developed by the Microsoft. Power BI also developed by the Microsoft. Xcode is developed by Apple. That can be installed only by the Mac OS. Why? Because Mac OS developed by Apple. So these are the specific reasons for the independent or dependent maybe concept is. Okay, now the question is how to install Python. How to install Python in my operating system, in my OS. How to install Python in my OS. That is very simple, straightforward. What you want to do is just open your browser. Open your browser and search for one software, something like www.python.org. www.python.org. This is the website www.python.org. Open your browser and search for any browser. Suppose you are using a Chrome browser, you are using a Firefox browser, you are using a Safari browser, Opera browser, Microsoft Edge browser, or Internet Explorer, whatever it may be. Just open your browser and search for the python.org. And here choose your operating system. Suppose you are using a Windows operating system, choose the Windows. For example, you are using a Mac operating system, choose the Mac. Choose your operating system. Choose your OS. It may something some people using Windows. It may use some people may use a Mac. Some people may use a Linux operating system. Based on your operating system, just go with that. Then go to download option. Go to download option. Okay, let me go. www.python.org. Now I'm opening the browser and searching for www.python.org. Just opening the browser. Just wait and see. I'm opening the browser now. Okay, I'm searching for www.python.org. When I search for www.python.org, this is the official website for Python. So I can able to see a lot of things based on the Python here. So there is an option called downloads here. Just go to the downloads and choose the operating system. Suppose you are using Windows, just go for Windows. If you are using Mac, go for Mac. These are the two operating systems here it is showing. Okay, just go for the other platform is Linux kind of thing. Okay, I'm using basically Mac. I want to go for the Mac. But in your case, you are using the Windows, you have to go for the Windows. But in my case, I'm going for Mac. Okay, Mac and the latest downloads Python 3.13.0. Just click on the button. When you click on the button, the software is going to be trying to downloading for me on top of the desktop. Okay. On top of the desktop, my software is downloading. Can you see that? My software is downloading on top of the desktop. After downloading the software, I can able to install it. Okay, let me try to install it. Okay, open the folder. Open the folder. So here the folder was opened and this is the package file. I'm trying to double clicking on package file and it is showing some window like this and click on the continue button. Click on the continue button. Click on the continue button. Click on the agree button and click on the install button. And it is asking me a password of my laptop. Okay. Install software. Okay. Preparing for installation. Validating the packages. Writing the files. Now just a Python software is installing. I already installed, but I am trying to installing one more time for you. I already installed Python in my system, but I am trying to downloading one more time for you. So this will take a few minutes to download the software in your operating system. Okay, running the packages and scripts. So you should have internet system. Without having internet, you cannot able to install it. You know that, I think so. So I already installed it. Okay, fine. So after install, okay, running the packages, installing Python, still it is installing for me. It is taking a few more minutes. Install time remaining less than a minute. Okay, so once the software was installed, it is asking me close button. So just click on the close button. Okay, fine. So after installing your Python, just go and search in your run command. Just go and search in your run command. So in Windows, run command, bottom side, you will be having the run command. But for Mac, it is the search button. In search button, there is a editor called IDLE. There is an editor called IDLE. One default editor called IDLE. Okay, so I will try to write here. Once install Python, one editor automatically comes to us. What is the editor name called? IDLE. So how to open IDLE? One question. How to open IDLE? How to open IDLE? If you are using Windows machine, go to the run, search for IDLE. If you are using a Mac machine, go for search box and search for IDLE. Okay. So right. So I'm using a Mac machine. That is the why reason I'm going for search and I'm searching for IDLE. What is the meaning of IDLE here? IDLE is Integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. So where I can able to write my Python code, I can able to execute my Python code. Let me try to write some Python codes now. I will try to write some Python codes. Just search for idly. Okay, idly is there. Double click on idly. One idle is come to us. This is the first editor. This editor is automatically comes when you install Python. But there are some other editors also there. I will show different kind of editors also. Let's write the Python code. Simple code. I just want to write something like 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5. When I write some calculation like 3 plus 5, automatically I can able to see the output. What is the output of 3 plus 5? 45 minus 6, 39. 45 into 45, 2025. 23 divided by 5, 4.6. 567 divided by 5, 113.4. See, something like this. Something like this. These are the different kind of arithmetic operations I am performing now. For example, I want to see the remainder 10 divided by 10 percentile 3. So when I am going with percentile, that is giving you remainder. What is the remainder value? 3 in 10. How many times 3 will go? So this is the 10. Now 3 will go in 10 3 times. 3 threes are 9 and 1 is the remainder. So when I want to see this 10 percentile 3, when I say 10 percentile 3, that is something like you need to see the remainder with this. 10 percentile 3 means 3 left side and 10 in middle. That's it. And remainder value will come. When I go like 10 percentile 3, 3 will go left side and you have to calculate like this. So when you are calculating like this, the remainder value is something like 1. 1 is the remainder. I can get the output like. Now what is the output you guess? 10 percentile 3, what is the output? 10 percentile 3, what is the output? Enter. 1 is the output. Why? Because remainder is the output. Okay, I want to see the power. What is the power of 2 to the power of 2? What is the 2 to the power of 2? Power is the operator. Here double star is available in Python. Double star is available in Python. That is the power operator. 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 6. 2 to the power of 7. Okay, 3 to the power of 2. 3 squares of 3 squares are 2. Sorry, 9. See, some kind of operations I can able to perform different kind of arithmetic operations using by Python. I can do different kind of operations in Python. Yeah, and one more thing. One more thing. For example, I want to print something. If you want to print something, you can write a function called print function. Print is the predefined function in Python. You can print something using with the double quotes. Okay, hello Python. I just want to print like hello Python. When I write hello Python, just enter. Hello Python came into the picture. Okay, print. So I am learning data science. I am learning data science by using Python. I'm just writing something. Enter. So I'm learning data science by using Python. Okay. So let me write some variable like a course underscore name. Course name is equal to Python. For example, course name is Python. Now I want to see what is the course name. So now course name is the variable which was stored by the value. So here this is called variable. Okay. Later I come to the concept called variables. Don't worry. So variable is some kind of container. Variable is some kind of container. That container should have some name. Now course name is the container name. Container name is something like course. Container name is something like a course underscore name. This is the container name. But inside the container, what I want to store inside the container, I want to store the value like a Python. I want to store a value like a Python. This is my value inside the container. See, this is the value that was storing into the container. Now, if I ask what is the container, if I call the container, automatically value will come. Okay, first of all, execute this. First of all, enter this. Enter. Course name is Python. So I want to search something like a course underscore name. What is the course name? Just see. What is the course name? I am just searching for course name. What is the course name already stored by Python? Okay, let me search. Let me store fees. Fees is equal to something like 20,000. Okay, enter. Now, what is the fees? Fees is 20,000. Just like this. Just like this. One more variable. I want to store something like duration. Duration is equal to, I want to give like 30 days. Okay, I want to search the duration. What is the duration? Duration is 30 days. Okay, now I want to write one more print. I am writing one more print. Okay, just see. First of all, string. I am learning plus course name plus with duration plus with the duration. Just try to observe. I am just concatenating some strings. First string is I am learning. This is my custom string. I am learning is my custom string. My custom string always stored with the single quotes or double quotes. Then this is the variable. This is the variable which is already having some value. What is the value of the course name? See, by seeing this statement, what is the output? Anybody guess what is the output of this statement?
I'm learning Python with duration 30 days.
Exactly. So with 30 days is not there. I'm not writing now. So I am learning Python with duration will come. I am learning Python with duration will come. Okay. When I write something, for example, just give me 1 second. Okay. With duration plus, again, I'm writing a variable called duration. Okay. And then plus. And I paid fees. I paid fees. Okay. So now I added fees also. And I paid fees is one more custom string. Then finally, what is the fees here? Fees is already available variable. So just got the variable. So get the variable fees. Finally, I am constructing one print statement. I am constructing one print statement using by the variables. Whatever the variables I created previously. Previously, I created some variables like a course name and fees and duration. So by using those kind of variables, I am constructing one complete string. So finally, oh my God, this is got a issue. Okay, I got to understand the point. What the problem is, string plus number could not be concatenate. String and a number could not be concatenated directly. So for that, what I can do is, I can do one simple magic here. I want to convert the fees into the string. If you want to convert the fees into the string, you need to give the string converter typecast this fees into the typecast this fees into the string. So whenever I convert, okay, let me give 1 second. Okay, now I'm just converting this fees into the string. Fees is the number, right? Fees is the integer. So can you see? Fees is the integer type, integer kind of data. So later we will discuss about the data types. Later we will discuss about the variables, all these things. Don't worry about it. Don't confuse about it. So here the problem I got. So the concatenation can only concatenate string, not int. It is actually clearly saying that string plus string is okay. String plus int is not work out. String plus string is okay, but string plus int not work out అని చెప్తుంది. So for that I am doing what? Okay, fees, please convert into the string. అంటే ఏం చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ అంటే I will tell you one thing. One simple thing I will tell you. So whatever the 20,000 is available, I am just converting this 20,000 to ఒక స్ట్రింగ్ లాగా కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. స్ట్రింగ్ మీన్స్ వాట్ సింగిల్ కోట్స్ వస్తుంది ఆర్ డబుల్ కోట్స్ వస్తుంది. ఇలా కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు కన్వర్ట్ లైక్ దిస్ ఏం చెప్పాలి? str of str of when I say str of 20,000, when I say str of 20,000, automatically this will convert like double quotes of 20,000. అంటే స్ట్రింగ్ లాగా మారిపోతుంది. Now double quotes of 20,000 is not integer. double quotes of 20,000 is, this is string. This is the string kind of data. But this is integer kind of data. This is the int kind of data, integer kind of data. Now, integer is converting to string. అప్పుడు మనం concatenate చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. Then concatenation is possible. Now you can see this. Finally, okay, this is the end of the day. I'm giving the execution. Now I am learning Python with duration 30 days and I paid fees 20,000. You got to understand what I'm doing now? Everybody? Everybody got to understand what I'm doing now? సో ఏం లేదండి, వెరీ సింపుల్ జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ చూడండి. సో int of 10, when I say int of 10 like this, so now 10 will come. When I say int of 10, sir, doubt, please Kavya, tell me.
సార్ ఏదైనా మనం ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అది బై డిఫాల్ట్ గా స్ట్రింగ్ లా స్టోర్ చేసుకునేది కదా.
అది ఇన్పుట్స్ లో, ఇంకా ఇన్పుట్ మనం చెప్పలేదు, ఇన్పుట్ లోకి రాలేదు ఇంకా. దట్ ఈస్
అంటే వేరియబుల్స్ ఇప్పుడు
నో 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 నో
ఫీస్ లో
నో 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 అది లేదు. అది ఇంకా ఇన్పుట్ గురించి మనం చెప్పుకోవట్లేదు. వీఆర్ జస్ట్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద వేరియబుల్స్. వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద వేరియబుల్స్. ఐఎమ్
వేరియబుల్ లో
నాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ
కూడా
టాకింగ్ అబౌట్
స్ట్రింగ్
ద
లానే
ఇన్పుట్.
స్టోర్ చేసుకునేది కదా సార్.
నో 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 అట్లా ఏం స్టోర్ చేయదు.
ఓకే సార్.
This is Python. This is Python. I will tell you about the inputs later. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి ఒకసారి, ఒక నిమిషం నేను చెప్తాను.
యా ఓకే సార్.
Let me tell you one thing. So let me go. Okay. So here I'm just taking like input of, okay, enter a number. Enter a number. Okay. So this is actually you're telling input of antappudu input తీసుకుంటుంది. This is actually like a scanf in the C. Okay. Enter a number. I'm telling 100. If I say 100, this is now taking string. Now this is taking string. Why? Because this is input. Input by default takes string. But నువ్వు ఇచ్చింది number integer ఇచ్చావు. You are giving the integer, but it is actually taking as string. Why? Because input behavior is by default whatever you enter that will take as a string. Even you enter a number, it will take as a string. Got my point? Suppose I'm taking just like input of enter your age. Enter your age. Age should be what? Age అంటే ఏంటండి? ఇంటీజరే కదా. ఏజ్ అంటే ఇంటీజర్. ఎంటర్ యువర్ ఏజ్ అంటే సపోజ్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ గివింగ్ లైక్ 19 అని ఇస్తే అది 19 అని స్ట్రింగ్ లో తీసుకుంది. నా ఇట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ టేకింగ్ లైక్ సింగిల్ కోట్స్. బట్ సింగిల్ కోట్ తీసుకుంటే అది స్ట్రింగ్ కదా. వాట్ ఈస్ ద బిహేవియర్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్పుట్ అంటే ఇన్పుట్ ఈస్ బిహేవియర్ ఇస్ స్ట్రింగ్. బట్ దాన్ని నేను తర్వాత నాకు కంఫర్టబుల్ మార్చుకోవాలి అంటే ఇంట్ ఆఫ్ చెప్పాలి. ఇంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్ ఆఫ్ ఎంటర్ యువర్ ఏజ్ అన్నాను. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఎంటర్ యువర్ ఏజ్. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ నేను 19 ఇచ్చాను, ఇప్పుడు 19 తీసుకుంది, స్ట్రింగ్ తీసుకోలేదు. వై? నవ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టేకింగ్ యాజ్ నంబర్. నాకు అవుట్పుట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ నంబరే. అంటే ఇన్పుట్ బిహేవియర్ బై డిఫాల్ట్ స్ట్రింగ్ అండి. ఇన్పుట్ బిహేవియర్ బై డిఫాల్ట్ స్ట్రింగ్, నాట్ వేరియబుల్స్. వేరియబుల్స్ లో నువ్వు ఇంటీజర్ ఇస్తే ఇంటీజరే తీసుకుంటుంది, స్ట్రింగ్ ఇస్తే స్ట్రింగే తీసుకుంటుంది, ఫ్లోట్ ఇస్తే ఫ్లోటే తీసుకుంటుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ పైథాన్ ఇస్ డైనమిక్ టైప్డ్. ఐ ఆల్రెడీ టోల్డ్ యూ పైథాన్ డైనమిక్ టైప్డ్ అని చెప్పాను, గుర్తుందా మీకు? యా, ఇక్కడ చెప్పాను. 4th పాయింట్ చూడండి. పైథాన్ ఈజ్ డైనమిక్ టైప్డ్. నువ్వు ఏ డేటా ఇస్తే, ఏ వాల్యూ ఇస్తే వేరియబుల్ ఆ టైప్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. నువ్వు ఇచ్చే వాల్యూని బట్టి డేటా టైప్ తీసుకుంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ x ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 10. నా వాట్ ఈస్ ద కైండ్ ఆఫ్ x? టైప్ ఆఫ్ x ఏంటి ఇక్కడ? ఎనీబడి? వాట్ ఇస్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ x? ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇంటీజర్. y is equal to 10.67. What is the type of y? What is the type of y? Tell me. It's a float. It's a float. Okay, so suppose that is equal to Srinivas. What is the type of z? Anybody guess? నేను ఇక్కడ డేటా టైప్ డిక్లేర్ చేయట్లేదు, డేటా టైప్ డిఫైన్ చేయట్లేదు. జస్ట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద వాల్యూ వేరియబుల్ ఈస్ టేకింగ్ ద టైప్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ కాల్డ్ dynamic typed. Now it is string kind of data. It is string kind of data. Got my point? Suppose names is equal to, I am just giving something like okay, Kavya, okay, Mani, Kavya, comma. Yeah, I'm giving money, and I'm just giving Srinivas. Okay, 3 members. Now, what is the kind of names here? Type of names. Type of names and it is a kind of list. సో ఇక్కడ ఇది వాల్యూ నేమ్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు తర్వాత ఏది ఉందో అది వాల్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు తర్వాత ఏది ఉందో అది వాల్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ముందున్నది వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ ఇది వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ ఎక్స్ అండ్ వై అండ్ జెడ్ అండ్ నేమ్స్ దీస్ ఆర్ ద వేరియబుల్ నేమ్స్ అండ్ దీస్ ఆర్ ద వాల్యూస్ 10 is the value 10.67 is the value Srinivas is the value and here the collection of values is the array is value ఇవన్నీ వాల్యూస్ but here one point you have to understand based on the value based on the assigned value అని చెప్పొచ్చు ఇక్కడ based on the assigned value based on the assigned value based on the assigned value variable is taking the data type based on the assigned value variable is the variable taking data type variable taking data type అంతే కదా సారీ ఇక్కడ నాకు ఈ మౌస్ తో కొంచెం రాయడం ఇబ్బంది ఉంది డిపి అంటే డేటా టైప్ ఓకే బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద అసైన్డ్ వాల్యూ మీరు అసైన్డ్ వాల్యూ ఏది ఇస్తే వేరియబుల్ ఆ టైప్ గా మారిపోతుంది దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ద థింగ్ ఇస్ am I clear in this
yes sir
okay for example ఇక్కడ a is equal to 10.50 ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి what is the type of a float b is equal to 23 what is the type of b
integer
c is equal to single quotes python what is the kind of c what is the kind of c సింగిల్ కోట్స్ ఇక్కడ స్ట్రింగ్ అంటే నేను ఇక్కడ డేటా టైప్ చెప్పట్లేదు ఇన్ అదర్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మెన్షన్ లైక్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఇంట్ ఇక్కడ నేను ఇది ఫ్లోట్ అని చెప్పాలి ఇక్కడ ఫ్లోట్ అని రాయాలి ఇన్ అదర్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇక్కడ ఫ్లోట్ అని రాయాలి ఇక్కడ ఇంట్ అని రాయాలి నేను మెన్షన్ చేయాలి డేటా టైప్ మెన్షన్ చేయాలి బట్ ఇక్కడ ఇది పైథాన్ లో నువ్వు డేటా టైప్ చెప్పకుండానే డేటా టైప్ తీసుకుంటుంది దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ డైనమిక్ టైప్డ్ పైథాన్ అందుకే డైనమిక్ టైప్ అయింది ఇన్ అదర్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఇట్లా మనం చేయాలి బట్ ఇన్ పైథాన్ దిస్ ఈస్ నాట్ అవైలబుల్ నో నీడ్ టు డిఫైన్ ద డేటా టైప్ సో ఇది మనం రేపు డేటా టైప్స్ లోకి వచ్చినప్పుడు చెప్పుకుందాం వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ స్టాటిక్ టైప్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ డైనమిక్ టైప్స్ అని జస్ట్ ఇవాళ ఎడిటర్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం దట్స్ ఆల్ ఓకే డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ జస్ట్ డోంట్ గో డిగ్ ఇన్ టు దిస్ టాపిక్స్ లోకి వెళ్ళొద్దు ఇంకా వేరియబుల్లో కూడా మనం వెళ్ళలేదు just watch the video and do the practice arithmetic operators and whatever the things today we done ఎంతవరకు చెప్పుకున్నామో అంతవరకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి ఓకే దట్స్ ఆల్ ఎనఫ్